Wood. It's a simple word for a remarkable thing. It comes from trees, these quiet giants standing tall. They soak up sun and rain for years, sometimes centuries. Each ring inside tells a story of seasons past. When a tree's life ends, its story doesn't have to stop. We, as woodworkers, get the honor of continuing that story. We can give that wood a new purpose, a new form. It's a connection, a deep one. Working with wood is an ancient conversation. It's a dialogue between human hands and nature's patient creation. You take a rough plank, perhaps still smelling of the forest. You feel its weight, its texture, its potential. Then with tools and effort, you begin to shape it. Shavings curl away, revealing the grain beneath. It's a transformation, a kind of magic, built on sweat and good sense. This craft links us to our ancestors who also found shelter, tools, and beauty in wood. There's a profound satisfaction in this work. It's more than just making an object. It's about understanding a material that was once alive. You learn its strengths, its quirks, its hidden beauty. In a world full of screens and noise, the quiet act of shaping wood can bring a deep sense of peace and accomplishment. Woodworking is not a new fad, folks. It's as old as humanity itself. Our earliest ancestors quickly figured out wood's usefulness. They shaped branches into clubs for protection. They sharpened sticks into spears for hunting. They used wood to make fire, a discovery that changed everything. These first simple acts of shaping wood were the seeds of a craft that would build civilizations. This wasn't just about survival, it was about ingenuity. Think about the ancient world. Archaeologists unearth wooden tools and artifacts that have survived millennia. Simple bowls, carved figures, parts of shelters. These objects whisper tales of daily life long ago. They show us how early humans understood wood. They knew which types were strong, which were flexible, which were easy to carve. This knowledge was passed down, generation to generation. It formed the bedrock of communities, enabling them to build and to create. Consider the Egyptians. They crafted intricate furniture for their pharaohs. They built boats from cedar to sail the Nile. Their joinery techniques were surprisingly advanced. The echoes of those first woodworkers are still with us in every cut we make. Woodworking traditions blossomed differently across the globe. Each culture developed unique styles and techniques. These were shaped by the local trees, the climate, and their specific needs. Take Japanese woodworking, for example. It is renowned for its intricate joinery. They can create incredibly strong and beautiful connections without nails or screws. This precision and respect for the wood's character is a hallmark of their craft. It's an art form in itself. Then you have the Scandinavian countries. Think of their log cabins, sturdy and warm. Think of their beautifully carved bowls and spoons. They have a deep connection to the forest. Their woodworking often emphasizes clean lines and functionality. But there's also a warmth and a respect for the natural beauty of the wood. In other parts of the world you see equally amazing traditions. Think of the detailed marquetry and inlay work from the Middle East, or the elaborate carvings found in African and Pacific Islander cultures. The world of wood is wide and wonderfully diverse. When you start looking at wooden objects, you'll notice a wide range of styles. Some pieces feel like they came straight from a mountain cabin. This is often called rustic woodworking. It embraces the natural character of the wood. Knots, irregular grain, even old nail holes might be part of the design. The focus is on a sense of warmth, history, and connection to the raw material. It doesn't try to hide what the wood is. Rustic style often uses solid, chunky pieces of wood. The joinery might be simple and visible, showing how the piece is put together. Think of a thick farmhouse table or a rough-hewn bench. These pieces feel grounded and honest. They invite you to touch them, to use them. There's a certain rugged beauty in this approach. It's about celebrating the imperfections that make each piece unique. On the other end of the spectrum, you have modern woodworking. This style often emphasizes clean lines and smooth surfaces. The possibilities are endless. Section 5. The wood's own will, navigating nature's challenges. Wood is a wonderful material, but it's not always a perfectly behaved one. It was once part of a living tree, remember, and it still carries some of that life within it. One of the biggest challenges woodworkers face is wood movement. Wood expands when it absorbs moisture from the air. It shrinks when it dries out. This happens with changes in humidity and temperature. You can't stop it. You have to learn to work with it. If you don't account for wood movement, your projects can run into trouble. A tabletop might crack, a drawer might stick, a door might warp. This isn't the wood being difficult on purpose, it's just nature doing its thing. Good design and proper joinery techniques allow for this movement. For example, a solid wood panel in a frame needs room to breathe. Understanding this is crucial for building things that last. It's a lesson in respecting the material's nature. Knots, for instance. Some people see them as flaws, others see them as character. Section 6. Honing the craft, the beauty of skill and sharp tools. Working with wood is a skill, and like any skill, it takes time and practice to develop. Don't expect to build a masterpiece on your first try, that's okay. The journey of learning is a beautiful part of the craft. Each project, even the small ones, teaches you something new. You learn how different woods behave. You learn how to use your tools more effectively. You learn from your mistakes, and those are valuable lessons. One of the most important things you'll learn is the value of sharp tools. A dull chisel is frustrating and dangerous. A sharp chisel slices through wood like butter. It gives you control. It gives you clean, crisp results. Learning to sharpen your own tools, your chisels, your hand planes, even your saws, is a fundamental skill. It connects you more deeply to your tools and your work. A well-maintained tool is a joy to use. There will be moments of frustration. A joint that doesn't fit perfectly, a piece of wood that splits unexpectedly, a design that doesn't quite work out. These are not failures. Section 7. Your first steps, essential tools and humble beginnings. So, you want to try woodworking. That's good. You don't need a giant workshop filled with expensive machinery to start. You can begin with a few essential hand tools. A good handsaw is important. Get one that cuts straight and true. You'll also need a couple of sharp chisels, maybe a 1/2 inch and a 1 inch to start. A wooden or rubber mallet will help you use those chisels effectively. These are the basics for cutting and shaping wood. Next, you'll need some way to measure and mark your wood accurately. A good combination square is invaluable. It helps you mark straight lines and check for squareness. A measuring tape and a pencil are also essential, of course. Don't forget safety gear. Safety glasses are a must, always. Wood chips and dust can fly. Protecting your eyes is not optional. Hearing protection is also a good idea if you start using power tools later on. Finding a space to work can be a challenge for some folks, but you don't need a lot of room to begin. A sturdy workbench is ideal, but even a solid table can work in a pinch. Section 8. Learning the grain resources and simple first projects. Once you have a few basic tools, you'll want to learn how to use them. Thankfully, there are many ways to learn woodworking these days. The internet is a vast library. You can find countless videos showing techniques from basic cuts to complex joinery. Many experienced woodworkers share their knowledge freely online. Watch them, learn from them. But remember, watching is different from doing. You have to pick up the tools yourself. Books are another fantastic resource. Your local library probably has a good selection of woodworking books for beginners. These often have clear instructions and project plans. Look for books that cover the fundamentals: understanding wood, basic tool use, simple joinery. Community workshops or adult education classes can also be great. Learning alongside others with an instructor to guide you can speed up your progress and build your confidence. When you're ready to make some sawdust, start with simple projects. Don't try to build a fancy dining table right away. A cutting board is a classic first project. It teaches you about selecting wood, cutting straight, sanding smooth, and applying a finish. A small box is another good choice. It introduces basic joinery. Section 9. Conclusion: the enduring joy, answering the call of the wood. There's a deep, quiet joy in woodworking. It's a feeling that stays with you long after the sawdust has settled. It comes from the connection you build. A connection to the wood itself, this remarkable gift from nature. A connection to the tools, extensions of your own hands. And a connection to a long line of craftspeople who came before you, shaping wood with skill and care. This is a rich heritage to be part of. The process of transforming a rough piece of timber into something useful or beautiful is profoundly satisfying. It's a challenge for your mind and your hands. It requires patience, precision, and problem solving. But the rewards are tangible. You create objects that can last for generations. A well-made wooden chair, a sturdy table, a lovingly crafted box. These things carry a story. They carry the mark of their maker. Woodworking offers a sense of accomplishment that is hard to find elsewhere in our modern lives. In a world of disposable things, creating something solid and lasting feels important. It's an antidote to the virtual. It's real, it's honest. The scent of freshly cut wood, the feel of a smooth finish, the sight of a well-fitted joint, these are simple pleasures that nourish the soul. So if you've ever felt a pull towards this craft, I encourage you to answer that call. The wood is waiting.